Hi, Dr. Andrea Maxim, naturopathic doctor and the creator of the Maxim movement. And I have been thinking about this for quite a few months now, and every time I hear on the radio that coffee is good for you, coffee is good for you, the more you drink, the better you're going to be, the more I get really perturbed that people are not explaining exactly what it is about the coffee that's making it good for you. And most importantly, that most of the studies are looking at black coffee, not the types of coffee that most people are having, which is loaded with milk or cream and sugar. So I wanted to just shed a few definite points on behalf of coffee and why it's so good for you. For instance, with regards to cancers, for stage 3 colon cancer and breast cancer, they found that drinking coffee every single day was incredibly protective. So for instance, those people with stage 3 colon cancer, if they had at least 4 cups of coffee a day, their risk of having cancer again was reduced by 42%. Same with women, and they measured those that were taking tamoxifen. If they had breast cancer and had at least 2 cups of coffee a day, they had a 50% reduction in either getting cancer or getting the cancer again. And these are found in some of the most reputable journals that deal with cancer research. So the Journal of Clinical Oncology and Clinical Cancer Research Journal. Now, we've heard that coffee can be protective against type 2 diabetes. It can help with blood sugar control. It can help with obesity. In some studies, it shows that it's good for cardiovascular disease or even neurological diseases like Parkinson's. And then even with erectile dysfunction, just a shout out for those men that are watching, if you drink 2 to 3 cups a day, you're less likely to have erectile dysfunction than if you have 0 or 1 cup of coffee a day. And there was even a study that I found that the coffee grinds, so what's produced after we're having our coffee, the coffee grinds and the silver skin, which is the skin that's just around the coffee bean, is actually 500 times more potent than vitamin C with regard to its antioxidant benefit. So there are a lot of really wonderful reasons why I personally won't give up coffee. I don't drink it to excess, but I'll always have at least 1 or 2 cups a day. I know there's a lot of you out there that are having potentially more than that. And with the advent of a lot of these chain coffee places, and I know you know what they are, especially those fellow Canadians, people are consuming coffee at a much higher rate, and it's much more socially acceptable. When you go out on a first date, typically you're going to have coffee. When you get together with your friends, you're typically going to have coffee. And that's all well and good, but I need you to understand that almost all of these studies are looking at the benefit of black coffee. They're not looking at a triple or a double or a latte or a cafe mocha. That doesn't count here. And the problem is that nobody ever makes that stipulation when they're talking about it on the radio or on the news. They just blanketly say coffee and they don't explain what's actually going on in the studies. So please, if you are going to increase your coffee consumption, please make sure that it's black. Black is always best. Black is what's going to help to stimulate the liver to detoxify you more. It's going to stimulate the bowels to relieve more of the fecal matter that's in there, because a lot of us can't really go without having our morning coffee. I know. I'm in the bathroom about a half an hour to an hour after my coffee, and I always drink it black. The other thing that I need people to consider is that not everyone is built for what these studies are testing. So there is a genetic component, and there are genes that can have caffeine work for you or against you. So there's a time when I did a lot of genetic testing in my office, and 50% of the people that I looked at had a lower, a reduced functioning gene that makes caffeine a benefit to them. And in fact, these were the people that if they have coffee, they're up all night, they get a headache right away, they feel jittery. These studies are not talking to you. You have to understand that what's out there for the general population doesn't work on an individualized basis. So there was a study in the University of Copenhagen that looked at 93,000 Danish people and found that regardless of their genetic component, the coffee or caffeine intake didn't make a difference one way or the other for their lifestyle diseases. However, I'm just going to say to you from my perspective, if you know coffee doesn't work for you, if it's very addictive, if you can't get off of it, that's a problem. If you feel, as I said, jittery, you can't go to bed, there's only a certain window that you can have coffee where things are okay, it's probably not good for you. And we are extending this into caffeine in general. So please, when you're listening to these radio studies that say coffee is wonderful, number one, it's black coffee is better for you than any sort of milk or cream or sugar that you're putting into it. And number two, you know your body better than any newscaster ever will. So if when you drink coffee you don't feel well, I can assure you there's a lot of other wonderful natural therapies that can help with all of these things as well. It doesn't have to be coffee. These are just my 2 cents. Comments, I'd love to hear from you. Definitely post them below or send me a message on my website, www.themaximmovement.com, and let me know what you think. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I didn't ruin this for you. I think I'm going to go get myself a cup of coffee because I'm feeling a little bit lagged right now. But again, remember those key things that I said to you, and always remember that everything is individualized, and when people are talking to the general public, it's all generic information. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope you like these videos that I'm posting and tell your friends about them. Even if you just want to send me a high five, an e-high five, I'd love it. And of course, as always, I'm Dr. Andrea Maxim, naturopathic doctor, the creator of the Maxim movement, and I hope you have a happy and healthy day.